Hey guys, this is a tutorial for how to deploy transformers-based sentiment analysis model in form of a Streamlit app on your Amazon EC2 instance with help of Docker. So let's go through the repository first, named as Docker Sentiment Analysis. There are 4 files over here. App.py consists of your Streamlit app, and requirements.txt consists of the libraries you will be needing to run this app. So let's go through the requirements of txt file. As you can see, there are 4 libraries we'll be needing: Streamlit, Transformers, NumPy, and Torch CPU version. Now let's go to our app.py file, which consists of the core app. So the model which we'll be using for deploying of this app is a tiny bird-based model which was fine-tuned on AWS Polarity dataset, as it is lightweight and will work on this free instance of AWS EC2. If you use the original bird-based model in PyTorch, the instance crashes due to limited resource. So as we can see in this particular file, we have 4 of our libraries being imported. Then we are making the title of our Streamlit app, sentiment analysis. Then we are loading the model from this particular Hugging Face model hub. And we are also loading the tokenizer. So after that, we have prepared an area for the input of text and a button to basically run the inference so that we can do the prediction. Post that, we are tokenizing our inputs first before feeding it into the model. Then we are feeding it into the model to get our logits. Then towards the end, we are processing the logits to get the label and probability for the particular label which it's predicting. And then in the end, we are printing our results. Post that, we have our readme file, which is just a one-liner about the repository. So that's that. It won't be used. It won't be used in our deployment much. And then we have our Docker file. So the Docker file is basically used to construct your image so that our container can be deployed with the help of it. So this image is based on Python 3.9 Slim version, which is downloaded from Docker Hub. And then we use that, and then we create a working directory as app in our container. Then we copy all the files, that is Docker, readme app.py requirements.txt, to that container. And then we run our requirements.txt to install all the libraries using pip. Further, we are exposing this particular port 8501 to the world outside this container so that we can access our app from anywhere on the web. And in the end, we are running this command, streamlit run app, and serving it on this particular port. So that's about this particular repository. Now let's move to creating the Amazon EC2 instance, because that we'll be needing that for deploying. So let's create that. So we go to our EC2 dashboard, and over here we click on the instances. Then we click on the launch instances and create an instance. Let's keep the name to be Docker deploy bot, and I'll be using the Ubuntu image for deploying this. And we don't need to configure this key pair. Yeah, we need to configure this HTTP traffic because we'll be accessing it from outside. I'll be giving it 29 GB of space as I'll be using the free tier instance. And then I will click on launch instance. I will not be needing a key pair, so I'll be launching this instance. So once your instance is set, it will start showing over here. So it's going to run in some time. But before that, we would need to do port mapping. So what port mapping will do, we'll go first in security and then go to security groups. With help of port mapping, we'll be adding our port to this edit outbound inbound rules. And with the help of this, we'll be able to access our app through the web page at any browser. So let's add that. We'll be having a custom TCP. Our port will be 8501 as we configured in our app. And then we'll be having 0, and then we'll save the rules. So we have created the custom TCP, our port is added. Now we can go to our instance again. And yeah, our instance is up. Let's connect to it. We'll just open the command prompt from this connect button, and it will just pop up in a minute. Yeah, so it's here. As this is the first time we are starting our instance, we'll update our instance. So let's update it with the command. Yeah, and it's updating. As we'll be downloading our Git repo, so we'll be needing some further installations to download stuff through HTTPS. So we'll be using this command for doing that. Yeah. So now we have most of the installation at place. Let's install Git first of all. Once again, yeah. Let's install Git first of all. And yeah, so Git is in place now. Now let's clone our repository, right? We'll be needing that. So we'll just go here and copy this link. We'll go to our terminal and we'll type the git clone, and we'll be having our repository here now. So we have our repository over here. Let's also install Docker as we'll be needing it now. So with this command, you can install the Docker. 1 second. This is the command we'll be using later to start our Docker. The command which we'll be using for installing Docker is this, and yeah, it will install now. So we have the Docker at place now. It's installing. We have Docker at place. Now let's start the Docker. So this command will help us to start Docker. So we have gotten Docker started. Now let's go to our repository first and build the Docker image from the Docker file which we had. So let's do this. Yeah. So now we want to build the Docker image. We'll be using a particular build command for that. So this will be the command which we'll be using. So I'm building with the Docker file, and the container's name will be bird streamlit Docker. So let's do this. Yeah, so it's not getting built now. Let's wait for a while. Yep, so it's built. Let's see what images do we have. So yeah, as you can see, we have the bird streamlit Docker image in place. Now we can launch it. So let's deploy with this command. So sudo docker run -d because we don't want to see any outputs in our terminal, and P is for port mapping. We are placing the 8501 port to 8501, so we'll be seeing it over there. Now let's, and the Docker container name which we want to deploy Bot Streamlit Docker, and let's see if it works. Yeah, so it's deployed. Now, how we can see what's it doing? We can see over with this. We'll copy this public IP and we'll be pasting it here. And then we'll be putting, okay, then we'll be putting the port number 8501. And it started. And let this just load. So it's showing that model is loading. So let's see. Yeah, it's on. Now let's see if it actually works. So let's put this text in and see if it works. Yeah, it's showing positive because it's a positive comment. And let's see if it works for the negative too. So if it puts some negative comment over here, yeah, it's working. It's negative. So yeah, that's how you deploy a sentiment analysis Streamlit app with Docker on your EC2 instance. So yeah, we are done. So yeah, sure. Give a like to this video. Thanks for your time.